The following is part 2 in the series of public service announcements of the Clean Fuels Development Coalition on Safe Fuels, Clean Air, and Protecting Public Health, based on the fact book, What's in Your Gasoline is Killing You. Lots of people know Jack's been ingesting gasoline emissions since he was in the tummy of another dummy. His doctor, the national environmental group he supports, congressional representative, or local editor could have warned Jack what's in your gasoline is killing you, but they didn't, because they likely did not know either. But EPA and their complicit oil industry partners did for decades. EPA has another chance to do the right thing so we won't be fooled again. In April 2019, EPA was expected to release its decision on their proposed safer, affordable, fuel-efficient vehicles rule called SAFE. A dummy might ask, what's a safe car rule got to do with my fuel? The answer is that clean-burning cars can only be as good as their clean-burning fuel. EPA's employees decide on the SAFE rule because of the authority vested in them by Jack's U.S. congressional representative, EPA's boss. Jack's representative took Jack's vote to Washington, where he has made a solemn oath to defend the Constitution, which includes Jack's inalienable rights to life, denied if Jack dies prematurely. Liberty, denied if Jack winds up in the hospital. And the pursuit of happiness, denied because Jack is not going to be happy when he finds out his EPA-approved gasoline could be killing him. We hope Jack Googles What's in Our Gasoline is Killing Us and learns from one of the largest compilations of air pollution and gasoline health effects studies ever published. He will find the Clean Fuels Development Coalition's What's in Our Gasoline is Killing Us fact book, referencing over 1,000 studies that show how gasoline emissions, specifically those related to benzene, can be associated with 7 of the top 10 causes of death in the United States, like smoking and prescription drugs. Gasoline deserves a commercial complete with a familiar danger warning, because gasoline usage is harmful to your health.
Jack, who commutes long hours and is a heavily dependent gasoline user living in an urban area, should check with his doctor about associated health risks from toxic air pollution. The side effects from breathing emissions from burning gasoline in his car, especially benzene, have been linked to cancer, including breast and lung, heart disease and heart attacks, Alzheimer's, and diabetes. If Jack's wife is pregnant, she should ask her doctor about the association between traffic emissions and childhood leukemia and the impact of those emissions passing to her fetus. Because these studies show these genetic-changing toxins can lead to low birth weight, premature birth, SIDS, autism, asthma, and ADHD. If Jack doesn't think gasoline is right for his family or country, he should consult with his congressional representative and demand EPA make gasoline safe. To the greatest extent possible, Jack should have the right to safe air too. Jack's representative needs to force EPA to enforce the Section 202L of the Clean Air Act and lower benzene-laced emissions to reduce everyone's risk of morbidity. That's government doublespeak for getting sick and staying in the hospital. Jack should ask about the effect of gasoline emissions on his mortality. That's government doublespeak for death. Jack and his representatives should be gravely concerned because the Massachusetts Institute of Technology estimated that more than 50,000 Americans die prematurely each year from transportation fuels, and gasoline is proving to be the worst. Related death estimates associated with gasoline not included. MIT's morbidity and mortality estimates do not include lives lost from greenhouse gas-related hurricanes and floods, or the ultimate sacrifice veterans paid protecting the world's oil in the Middle East. And never forget to count the victims of 9/11 too.
The end of Jack? No way. It's easy for Jack and you to be a victim, but it's easier for you and Jack to be a health advocate and a safe gasoline activist. In 100 years, gasoline makers never volunteered to make gasoline cleaner, they had to be told to do it. So join a growing number of organizations and educated consumers demanding EPA to do their job and enforce Section 202L of the Clean Air Act amendments of 1990. The act requires the EPA to fulfill the congressional intent when it directed the agency to control these hazardous air pollutants and develop standards that reflect the greatest degree of emissions reduction achievable. Please act now. We urge you to sign the EPA Make Gasoline Safe petition, ensuring we have safe cars, safe gasoline, and safe air. It's time to demand change at www.change.org/p/environmental-protection-agency-EPA-make-gasoline-safe. The life you save may be your own.